And we're live again. Hey everyone, welcome back to First Play, the show where we play a game for the first time and you guys get to watch us from home trying to figure out how the heck to do it. I never do introductions. I always assume that everybody knows us because I'm an idiot. John, Shelby, Josh, and Mike. Anyway, hi. Yeah, since I'm chewing on a red vine, we volunteered Shelby.
Okay.
Voluntold.
Okay. So we're playing Welcome to Your Perfect Home, and we're all going to be building neighborhoods
in the
these
50s.
Lovely things. Okay. We've set out 3 decks of neighborhood cards there in that column. At the beginning of each turn, you will flip over the top card of each construction stack and place it to the right with the effect displayed. These stacks create 3 combinations comprised of the house number that will be on the deck, such as this, a house number and an effect. So I guess go ahead and do that. The house number and the effect are combinations used to perform actions. Players will take turns simultaneously. Each player individually chooses one of the 3 combinations that are available to perform an action on their sheet. Multiple players can pick the same combination, it doesn't matter. Each player must write the number from the chosen combination on a house on one of the 3 streets on their sheet here. Number must always be written in an empty house and must be written in ascending order from left to right. So you want small numbers at the front, large numbers at the end.
I'm so confused right off the bat.
So, when filling in houses, players may leave as many empty houses between built homes as they choose. They can fill them in later. Numbers must still be in ascending order. So you can put a 4 here, skip 2 spaces, and put a 7 if you want. You can also put numbers right next to each other, like a 7 here and a 10 here, not leaving spaces for 8 or 9.
So a point should be made about the number sequence available in the starting cards. I believe they were 0 to 15. When I looked at the original deck, or 1 to 15. You should know how many numbers there are in a sequence.
See the
total sequence.
answer
1, 2, 3,
in here.
4,
Hang
5,
on.
6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 on the bottom row.
I think it was as high as 15.
Up to 15. 15. Because it says there are 3 cards numbered 1, 2, 14, and 15. 4 cards numbered 3 and 13.
So
5 cards numbered 4 and 12. 6 card numbered 5, 11.
So there's a bell curve of availability.
Yeah. 7
And
cards,
skewed
6
towards
and
what,
10.
the higher number?
Middle numbers. Yeah, there are 9 cards with the number
And
8
you can't,
on them.
can you put a 7 and a 7 next to each other?
No.
We don't know that yet.
I don't believe so.
Okay, fine.
Cannot place repeating numbers.
But actually what I was confused with is you said combination. So what do you mean by combination?
So if I'm going to use this 5, I have to do this action. If I'm going to use that 9, I have to do that action. If I'm
That's
gonna
the
use 8,
combination.
it's going to be that action.
Pick a house, write it down somewhere, do that action.
Yep, which we're going to get to those in a second. The same number cannot appear twice on the same street. So you can't have 2 7s next to each other. You're going to have to place 1 7, 1 7, 1 7.
Okay.
Okay.
So
If for whatever reason you cannot follow the placement rules, you do not fill out a house number and receive instead a building permit refusal. These are these 3 boxes here in this part of the sheet. You have to cross off the topmost one with the lowest numbered space when you get a refusal.
So specifically, it's
Yeah.
these right here.
Yeah, I don't know why the 5 is there.
Because when you cross off the
All
3 above it, you
probably
end up with
lose
5. You lose 5 points.
Yeah. Okay. The player's chosen combination also allows them to perform an effect. Players may perform the effect only if they did not receive a building permit refusal. So you have to be able to write down the number in order to
build
do
a
the
house
building.
in order to use
Yep.
this.
Once all players have built their houses and carried out effects, a new turn will begin. If the construction stacks are ever empty, you reshuffle them and deal them out as before. Okay. The effects. Okay, there's one called the Surveyor. It looks like a house with a fence.
Yeah.
This allows the player to build a fence. Bless you. Build a fence between 2 houses on the same street. Okay.
Say that again.
This symbol right here on the top of your player aid allows players to build a fence between two houses on the same street.
So this fence right here.
To build a fence, choose any available white dotted space and draw a line on it. Permanent fences are present on both sides of each street. Fences determine the boundaries of housing estates. A completed housing estate is a row of 1 to 6 neighboring houses, all numbered, no blank spaces between them, and built between two fences. Completing housing estates are necessary to fulfill city plans and may be split further as long as they have not previously fulfilled a city plan. See page 20. Okay.
So.
Okay, you totally lost me.
Yes, this lost me too. I'm going to start at the beginning of it again.
But
This
okay.
doesn't make any sense.
The combination is really what's being weird for me, but okay.
Okay. So if you have a surveyor effect, you can build a fence between two houses on the same street. Got that?
Yeah.
To build a fence, choose any available white dotted space. So you see all the white dotted lines. Draw a line on it.
Yeah.
Permanent fences are already present on both sides of the street.
I see it right here and right here. These are solids.
Yep.
Yeah.
Oh, I see.
Those fences determine the boundaries of a housing estate. A completed housing estate is a row of 1 to 6 neighboring houses, all numbered, no blank spaces between them, and built between two fences. Completed housing estates are necessary to fulfill city plans.
So it sounds like say
Six
if
in a row.
right, if I'm getting this right, to do this one, you would have to have 1 in the first row, 4 in a row in the second one, and 5 in a row in the third one. Is what I'm seeing
That's
here.
how I interpret it too, but I'm sure we'll get to them later because it says see city plan on page 20.
Sure.
Okay. Real estate agent. This is the purple one. Promotes and increases the value of completed housing estates.
Can I stop you for a second?
Yes.
And maybe I'm just so the combination here is just literally if you pick this house, you will do this effect.
Yes.
And we're going over this because I'm trying to figure out what this means. This is a player 8 here. It's just telling me write a house and then put in a fence. Is that what I'm seeing on the first one?
I think it's telling you that you can have
You-
up to
you
6
build a
houses.
house.
You can have up to 6 houses in between fences. And you can use the fence that is here as a fence.
Yeah, I'm not sure what the fences do for me. Other than
Well, you're trying to create blocks.
and it's only a block if there's fences.
And only if all the houses in that
are built and fenced.
and have a number on them. So if you start skipping spaces to get numbers and never fill in the number in between, you can,
Got it.
Because the first thing we should have mentioned is what the heck the game objective is.
Oh yeah, well we're architects in the 50s and we're trying to build the best suburb kind of situation.
So,
And I'm guessing we want to fulfill city plans to get
extra points is what it looks
Yeah.
like. And I don't know how you score points here, but okay.
Probably
Okay.
the first person to do it and then everybody else.
Probably.
Okay, so back to the real estate agent. The real estate agent promotes and increases the value of completed housing estates. To use the real estate agent, choose a real estate column and cross off the topmost lowest numbered space. At the end of the game, each completed estate, size 2, 3, 4, etc., scores as many points as the smallest unchecked number from the corresponding column.
All right. So I see the columns here.
okay, that one totally lost me too.
Yeah.
So this is the real estate box
Yeah.
on your sheet. When you complete an estate, so
Yeah.
let's
Alright,
say
so-
I have 4 houses in my estate.
No.
Let's say
What's an estate?
It's one of these. It
1
is
to 6 houses between 2 fences.
It's not the whole row. So
No.
Yeah.
An estate is you need to have done a fence first.
Yes.
So what happens when if the first turn you do this?
I don't think you can.
It doesn't sound like right. I get it. It's just
That's totally absurd.
no. You don't get that action. You also don't have to pick that action.
Yeah. So going back to the beginning, it says the player's chosen combination also allows them to perform an effect. Players may perform the effect only if they did not receive a building permit refusal by not being able to place the house.
May
so
perform.
you don't absolutely, you don't have to do the effect, to place the number, but it means you won't have any other effects that turn.
So it doesn't sound like any of us wants to build house number 8 this first turn.
Well, I mean, you can.
If you want the number 8.
Yeah.
Okay, so now you have to have built a fence to try to create one of these estates.
Right.
And then when you complete the estate, you can use the real estate event.
You don't have to complete these to do the real estate event. You have to complete an estate. So you can make an estate that does
just by doing a fence with nothing.
that does not qualify for these city plans.
Okay, so then
it still scores you points.
So when you've made an estate by putting a fence down, you make an estate.
Yes.
And
you can actually make 2 states up front, up top. But automatically, if you put one in the middle, it makes 2 of them.
You have to have all of the numbers, the houses numbered.
Okay, that's a completed estate.
To complete it, yes.
So this only activates
when you have a completed estate.
That's going to be way down the game.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I mean, the easiest thing would be to complete put a house and then put a fence next to an existing fence.
You can have an estate of only 2 houses if you want.
Well, you could have one of one. You said too.
Yes,
well, yeah,
but I mean yes, you can have one of one as well. But I'm just saying.
So when you complete this action, you check the lowest available box?
Yes.
You're like the number 1.
Yeah, you're going to take the lowest.
Then the 3, then the 3, 4, 5. And
because it makes it worth more at the end of the game.
Makes an estate of 1 worth more.
Yes, it'll be worth 3 points at the end of the game if you checked this off.
If you're going for 6 to make your 6 estates worth 12 points instead of whatever they're worth,
you have to have 4 of them.
You have to have checked off all these other boxes.
No, you have to have had 4 6. So they're going down columns. So like if you want your 6 estate houses to be worth 12 points, you're gonna have to.
So you have to have this. You can't check off a box. You check off the box in your completed estate.
Yes, that matches your completed estate.
Okay, so you don't have to start at 1.
Right.
No,
it's whatever completed estate you have.
Yes, the lowest box in whatever completed estate size.
Okay.
So in order to do like say the 4. You would have to complete an estate of 4 houses.
Yes.
And then
have that action.
Have 4 realtors. Am I right?
Yes.
To get to punch it to 8. But even if you cross off 4, then they're going to be worth 5.
Yes.
Right. I get that. I see the boxes in here. It's just a max you can score. That's yes.
Okay.
Okay. John's going random. Just so you know.
I got.
The green palm trees is the landscaper. The landscaper allows players to build a park. The players cross off one of the trees at the end of the street.
I see him.
Parks must be crossed off on the same street that the house number is written in. That's the combination with it. Parks are crossed off left to right in ascending order. So you see these circles, these are the trees. So in order to get 14 points, you need to build 4 parks in this neighborhood.
By taking a 9 and putting it
using you have to put it in that street
and cross off that. I see.
Sounds a little bit easier to understand. Okay.
A little bit.
Pool manufacturer. This is obviously the blue pool thing. Allows players to score points when building houses that have a planned pool. If a player writes the house number associated with the pool manufacturer effect in a house with a planned pool, then the pool is built. Cross off the topmost, lowest numbered space on the pool column.
Well, coincidentally, there's 9 pools and 9 numbers to cross off.
Yep.
So, yes.
Okay.
A player can use a house number effect combination without a pool manufacturer effect to write the number in that house. Oppositely, a player can write a number associated with the pool manufacturer effect in a house that does not have a pool. However, in both cases, the pool will not be built, and therefore the player does not cross off the new pool on their pool column.
So you'll never be able to cross it off if you fill it without.
If you don't build it.
If
I put 8 in one of the pools, then without the blue, permanently gone. The possibility of. That one's fairly straightforward.
All right. This orange construction thing is a temp agency. Allows the players to add or subtract 1 or 2 to the house number they are building. The temp agency allows the player to write numbers from 0 to 17. For each use of the temp agency, cross off one box from the temp agency column. At the end of the game, the player who crossed off the most temp agency boxes will score 7 points. The next highest scores 4, and the third highest scores 1. In case of a tie, players score the same amount of points.
Okay, so, but it's only plus, so for instance, that could go from 3 to 7?
Yep.
By that interpretation.
Yep. Okay, then there is a mailbox.
And then you cross off a box.
Yeah.
Okay, so.
And the player who crosses off the most of them is going to get 7 points, so you kind of want to use them.
And, sorry, the number spread here was what again?
1 through 15, but you can use this to go down to 0 and up to 17. Okay. Mailbox. Biz.
Can you go negative 1?
No.
It said
0 to 17, it says. So. Okay. Biz allows the players to duplicate a house number on any street. The new house must be directly adjacent to the left or right of the house with the same number. Duplicate houses could never be separated by fences. When duplicating a number, write biz next to the number in the new house. A house cannot be duplicated multiple times. Duplicated number does not have to be associated with the number effect combination.
Somebody buys himself a casita, a double block with a casita.
So you can put 2 numbers in a row.
Yes, but only by using the biz thing.
Which are negative points later in the game.
Yeah, you crop off the lowest number space on the biz column at the end of the game, subtract the smallest unchecked number from the final score.
So it's negative. That's
yeah. So you could go up to negative 28 points if you wanted.
Well, if it's your only resort to filling in your state,
right,
completing in the state, you may want to do that.
You just don't want to do a ton of it.
So
right.
What does the biz stand for? Business?
It's
biz as in double.
I don't know what it means.
Can you go over the trees again real quick? It's just when I do that action, I put a cross off at 0. Cause there's nothing else. It's just
it makes
easy
them extra points. Yeah, that's all.
And then you're seeing where you score each neighborhood.
Sure.
Where the trees are at. So.
City plans.
Yeah.
The city plan presents a goal set by the city to its architects, as in building a certain number of housing estates with mandated sizes. The first player who meets the required conditions of a city plan during the same turn immediately scores the points indicated. Write the higher amount from the project side of the city plan card in the corresponding box number 1, 2, and 3 on their plans column, and turn the city plan to its approved size. A player can only score each city plan once. Other players who later achieve the same city plan score the lower amount. Which is why...
Okay, so... Right. But
okay.
What's with the 2 levels of...
I'm going to check that out in a second. To fulfill these city plans, the player must complete all the required housing estates. The estates do not have to be in the same street. There is no restriction on the location of the plan's estates. After an estate has fulfilled a city plan, it cannot be further subdivided with a surveyor's fence. Also, it cannot fulfill another city plan. Players should mark out the fence above each house to indicate it has already fulfilled a city plan.
Oh, you lost me. I'm sorry.
I think I see what it's doing.
So, if I'm reading these correctly,
so you could do a 1 here, and then do 4 here, and then 5 here, 5 here, 5 here, and now it complete this one.
Yeah, so it doesn't matter where these are, but you have to have...
You have to do all 3 sides.
Yeah.
You've done those.
Yeah, so you scribble at the top so that you can't use it again.
Did I hear the last part? Once you've done one, you can't add to it anymore?
So, as an example...
Can't divide them anymore. You never add on.
Somebody could take this card right here, down it to a 3, put it over there, and then anticipate just doing fence, and there's
a 1.
There's a 1.
Yeah, that
But everything then has to be above 3 going this way.
Yeah, and the part that's confusing me, it can't be further subdivided, but I mean,
So, like, I can't take a one that has 6
and make it a two
and I've used it to fulfill and make it 2 3s. And
so
then use
a 6,
3.
there's gonna be no dividing.
Right.
Once you cannot divide a neighborhood that's completed
that has been used.
So no fences between the houses in a neighborhood.
In an estate. Yeah. So
now, if you haven't used an estate, say I have a 6 on here and I haven't used it to complete any of these, yes, I can divide it as into a 3 and 3.
Or in this case, you probably would do 4s.
Yeah, there's no reason I would want to unless I'm trying to make a 4. Yeah,
and
like you said,
it's gonna be
4
hard.
and 2 or whatever. Okay. The first player to complete a goal can choose to reshuffle the 81 construction cards and deal 3 new stacks of cards in the game set as in the game setup. Okay, so the game ends immediately when a player crosses off their 3rd building permit refusal, or a player achieves all 3 city plans, or a player has built all of the houses on their streets.
Sorry, what was the first in game?
A player crosses off their 3rd refusal, can't place any houses legally.
Yeah, if you put 15 on the first box of each house, you can't do any more housing.
Yeah.
Game's over.
Yeah.
Sounds like a great plan. Let me do that.
You can end the game just that quick.
Yeah.
Technically, you go to 16.
So add up the points for city plans, parks on each of the street, pools, temps, and completed estates. Subtract the points for the biz column and the building permit refusal column. Player with the most points wins.
Okay.
In case of a tie, the player with the most completed estates will win. In case of another tie, the player with the most one-house estates wins, then 2 houses, etc. In case of another tie, seriously, players play another game of Welcome to.
Okay.
Okay.
So we have to pick one of these actions or both of them, or how many do we
You
get?
have to pick one
So you
combination.
pick
You can
one
only do one
combination.
combination, then we flip cards.
And then
Yeah. So
I got one more question on the first one.
go ahead.
Okay, so we have to name our neighborhoods here that we're doing.
I did. John Land.
John Land, okay.
What did you name yours? I haven't
Me
named
Slum.
mine.
Me Slum.
And Me Slum. Me Slum.
Welcome to Coolsville.
Coolsville. Mine will be Retroville since we're playing with the 50s one.
Anything built in the 50s is currently a slum.
Right.
Fair. But especially
Okay.
in this town. Anyway.
So we all play at the same time, selecting what we want to.
So we're picking
do.
one of the 3, and every
Right.
turn
So-
we're flipping a card.
Go plus or minus up to 2. Build a park and fill in a
Place-
box.
place a
estate
9
thing, which you
somewhere.
can't
Yeah, place at 9.
do.
Place a 9 somewhere, place an 8 somewhere, and this is like
So I'm.
get you nothing other than the
Making
8.
a solid fence line makes that an estate area. Okay.
But we can't build a fence. There's no
fence ability yet.
Yeah, no, I was just curious how it was going to work.
So
Well,
it's a 9, huh?
yeah, that's what I'm thinking, because that seems like the easiest thing my brain can currently comprehend.
Where is a 9 fit?
And if I don't build a pool now, I'm screwed.
No, you don't. Well, you shouldn't build in the pools.
Don't build
You
in the
do
pools.
not want to fill in a pool now because you want to leave the pools empty until you get a pool card, if you can. Who knows what the numbers are on the pool cards, though. Let's see. Where do I want to put? Seems kind of obvious. Where does everybody want to put a 9?
Somewhere in the middle.
Well, it's on the high side, sort
Oh,
of.
and then when you do that, you have to put in where you build. That's where you cross off, right?
Huh?
Yeah, if you're doing the park one, you have to do it on the row that you.
So I put a 9 here, and I cross off the 0 down here. Let's see if that's going to work. We'll see. Who knows?
We'll see too, because I have no idea what I'm doing. I'm an architect.
So then we all flip the next ones.
Here's a fence for
More
you.
purple. There's a
With
pool.
an 8.
An 8 pool. Oh, gee. Perfect.
I'll
Yeah.
take an 8 hole.
Except for me, I don't have a pool there.
That worked out perfectly. Oh, did you do the same exact thing I did, didn't you? That was like, oh, bingo. Got it.
It's No, that will be round. So we'll take the 8 with the fence, though.
I was looking at the rules. You can put an 8 in any row, and you can fence off in a different row if you want.
Yeah,
to.
you can put your fence anywhere on
You
any
can put
of
the
the
fence
You can put
anywhere you want.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it doesn't have to be where you're 8, where you wrote a number.
No, the fence can. Yeah, you make your estates however you like.
I thought that was whatever house you're putting on, you had to put next to that house.
Right.
And you were
Oh,
that's
no,
what I was looking at.
The symbol indicates you can put it anywhere on any blank house or any house.
So it doesn't have to be the one I just did, basically.
No, the fence can go anywhere.
Any of the
And
dotted
in order to do an
lines.
estate, I would literally have to do an estate. If I want to do a 5, there can't be any dividing lines in the middle of it.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
So let's do 8 with the fence and see where I go with there.
Okay, everybody chose.
Everybody got theirs?
Yeah.
So hang on for a second. In order for this to be an estate, the rest of these need to be filled in.
If you want to make a 5,
A 5.
Yes,
Yes.
you have to fill
They have to
in
be in
with all the
numerical order.
numbers.
low
Right.
number to high.
Okay,
Yep.
just checking.
Ready?
Yep.
A 4 green. 6, 5.
Interesting. I hate this.
You've already decided.
Just throwing things down.
Yep.
Sure, there's different
I don't
strategies,
want-
but I'm just kind of like.
Well, I'm not going to AP myself into a 2-hour game here.
Yeah.
I don't think it's a 2-hour game, whichever way you look at it, Mike. Okay, a 4. What a
4 pool, huh?
I'm tempted to 4 pool.
Yeah.
So the 4, that means now you put in.
You just mark it off.
Yeah, if you put in the pool on the right spot.
And this tree thing is you score for each.
Yeah, at the end you
Yeah.
add in what you.
That makes
I
sense.
think everybody's good. I think so.
Yep.
Another pool, a 10 pool, a 15. Whoa.
A 15 park.
And a 6 park.
Oh, yeah, let's do that 15 park.
Okay.
All done?
Hey. Oh, jeez.
A 10 biz? I don't need the 10 biz, but I don't have to take.
You don't have to take the effect if you just want the 10.
Okay, I'll take the 10.
Fence. Do I want to commit to a fence? I think I will commit to a fence.
I think I'm gonna take 7. And fence.
So, if you make an estate, you can't make this 4 in here count as this
Nope.
one here.
That has to only count for 1.
Perfect. You ready?
Yep.
Yeah.
I don't know what it is.
Yeah.
Okay.
So these are plus or minus, aren't they?
Yeah.
I will take that 14 as it is. place it right here.
I'm going to take this 8 and
and
put it
the
into a
6.
7.
So this completes on a state of 5, right? So I can just fence this off if I want. How do I do this? I just write in like this.
You have to get a fence to make a fence.
It's already here.
There's a fence
And
there.
Oh,
there's
you
a
got
fence
that
here.
one there. Okay.
Yeah.
So you have an estate, but yeah, you could. I mean, you could box it. You're supposed to.
It says to mark the back fence line to show that that's your estate once you decide to make
when
one.
you use it as the city plan.
Well, yeah, except
I'm not there yet. is what
well,
I'm
you're
saying.
there with your estate.
I
You're
just
not there.
haven't
You're not there
committed.
with the
It- with-
plan
with
Yeah.
plan.
Yeah.
Understood.
because you could still subdivide that.
Yeah, you could make it a 3
You
or
can make it
whatever.
2 or
Yeah,
3.
yeah.
Whatever. Yeah.
A 1 and a 4.
So once you do it here, you can't change it.
Understood.
Yeah.
Ready to go?
Okay.
Yep.
Yep.
Oh,
Park
perfect.
9.
7 down to 5.
7.
A 10. So if I wanted to do the 10, it's this. That one's tempting too. All right. Yeah, let's do the
Don't
7.
forget to mark your the times you're using this, Mike.
Oh yeah, I used it once before.
Because you just used it to make it a 5 and then.
No, I didn't. I didn't take
No, I
it.
was talking about.
I've done
No,
it
no,
twice.
but okay, I'm gonna take it now, and marking that's gonna be a 5 right here. Okay.
Okay, ready?
Whole bunch of purples,
3.
but you have to have it complete. Now you have a
Yeah,
5.
you have a completed
So
one.
this can apply in the
Yeah.
5 column.
Yeah.
Crescent boxes if you take this effect.
Yeah.
Just so you know. So I've got a 3.
I'm going to take the 3 and build shrubbery here. I actually kind of like this game.
Yeah, I'm waiting for that 1. I need a 1.
Or if you want a 3 with a.
Or a 3 with a construction thing.
Yuck.
Okay, I'll do 5 biz. Why not?
Duplicate a number for what reason? No reason. So 5 or a 7, huh?
I'll
Just take the 5.
take that 3 over here and go. So I can pick the 5 estate if I want right now, right?
It's a completed estate. So you can take the 3 and check off a 5 box.
I'm doing that.
If I could just get a fence, I'd have a completed estate.
Yeah, now it's
We're
we
not turning
need-
any fences.
Well, the
I
next
took-
one's a fence right here.
I
So.
Oh, there we go.
Yeah, I took it over right at the beginning, so there's a 9.
What do we have? An 11 and a 9 fence. Well, I'm definitely going to take a fence.
And
And
so am
I'm
I.
not going to take the 9.
If I take the 1, I can put my 1 there and then mark this off, right?
I'm going to take the 11 and mark
I put a 1
the
there.
fence right
Yeah,
there.
if you
So
put-
I
you
have
have
a
to fill
completed
in- yeah.
estate.
1, and then I can.
And I will put
I will put the 9 up
put the
here
11
and
right
then
there.
put the. No, I don't want to do
So
that.
I have a completed 6 estate now.
So if I read this right, the only thing I could put in the middle here, if I want to use anything, will be numbers between 6 and 7. Am I right?
That's what appears.
6
yeah.
6 biz, 7 7 biz.
I see how I hose myself over now. Nah, I thought I was clever, but I'm not.
All right,
Okay.
so now I can work on the purples. Good.
Next ones?
Yeah.
Have you? Oh, you haven't done one.
No.
Oh, I thought he did his 9 fenced.
No, I didn't. I was going to, but I can't because of that. So I will. So I'll take the 11 instead. Plop the 11 down here, and then put in a fence over here. Can I do that?
Yeah. You can put a fence anywhere there's a blank
Anywhere you
spot to
like,
put a
yeah.
fence.
It's not a completed
No, but
because,
it's still.
there.
Yeah.
I'm looking
Anticipating
For a,
click.
I'm looking for a 6, basically. That's not a 6.
All
That's a
kinds
6
of
on
woods.
them.
6, 7, 11
So
woods.
we'll take that
7 or
6 and build some
6,
woods.
7, or 11 woods. I'll take a 6 woods.
All right. So now I would like to claim that. How do I do that?
You need a
Do you
4
have
and
a
a
4
5
and a
completed.
5 completed?
A 5 and a 4.
You got 'em.
Okay, so then you just flip this over. You get
9
9 points. Write it in your number 2
plans.
plan circle in the bottom here.
Number 2.
Number 2. It was the number 2.
Oh, it was the number 2. Okay,
Yeah.
I can still score number
Yep.
1. That makes sense. Okay.
Okay. I lost my train of thought. Oh.
I think we gotta flip cards whenever you guys are done.
I'm gonna do 11. No, I'm not doing that. Doing it up here, I think.
Fence is coming.
Okay.
Okay, carring it.
Right? Yes. Fence 6. Park 2.
Ooh, 15, you say?
2 or a 15 defense.
Wow.
6 fence, I think.
I guess I'm not building a lot of pools.
Wow. Okay. I'm going to take it there.
Okay.
A 6 and a fence, a 2 and a woods. Ay, maron.
Next one.
Let's do the
John has
2.
Okay. Oh, okay. So I have a neighborhood, but do I want to use a 13? Ooh, boy, that's a gamble there, isn't it?
So it would make more sense to increase the 5 estate if I wanted to.
Maybe increase my 4 estate.
Yeah, we'll take.
That's a gamble, but I'm going to do it.
I should have done the one over, Mike.
Huh?
I should have done one over.
I'll do the 13 with the
I'm going to take a
real
chance
estate
I can get a
and-
14-15 pool.
And then
I
go.
try for 12.
So
All right.
I'm not going to fill in the pool, but what the heck, fill it last. A 9 pool. Huh. 7. Okay, that's going right here for sure. 9 pool, just automatic.
Yeah, 9 pool. Where 9 pool? Here 9 pool.
Pools are scarce.
9 pool. 9 pool. Go up on the pool. They're now worth 3 points. Yay. Is that 3 points per pool or just 3 points at the end of the game? 3
I
points
think
at
it's
the
just
end.
whatever box is
Yeah,
next to the
3
check
points
goes
at the end
down
of the
there.
game.
Yeah.
Ready?
Yep.
There's your fences and abyss.
A 2. Yeah.
10 doesn't make me happy.
2 is not bad, and I get another box there. I'll take it.
2 is, yeah, agreeable. 2 and
10
another
fence.
box.
Interesting, but. Done?
No, sorry.
That's okay. Take your time.
6. Alright, 10 fence good.
Fence.
12 pool.
A 12 pool. Oh, you hit 12 pool came up. You were right. You caused that.
It's our fault.
You caused that.
Well, no, I was telling you to put the 13 in the pool and then leave that space for 12.
Yeah. Well, a
There's
12 I
also
would
a
have completed a neighborhood if I had. Okay, so I got
also a
12s or a
7.
7, so I got to choose.
There's
The
also a
7's
7
not bad with a
fence.
7 with a fence. Okay, I'll take that.
7 with fence. Do I want that? Yeah.
You have the
7,
right
4,
idea
5.
to to outline these.
Yeah, just so I know which ones I did pool and which ones I didn't.
Well, I haven't filled in any yet that have not been a pool,
I'll
but
take
still,
the
in case I
That's
do.
why I have one neighborhood, so I'm good there. So I have a 1 and a 6 now. Okay. So at least I can do something with the purples.
It's like so, yes. All right.
Ready?
Mm-hmm.
12 biz.
Yes!
Okay, I'm happy here now.
3 up or down.
Well, the 3, without going up or down,
Yeah, but the 13 is actually
just made a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 in a row. So, but when you use it, you can go 0 and check off the box. So I'll do a 3, 0 and check off the box, because checking off the box is good, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, actually, yeah, you're right, because I can take
So
that
all I
down
need is
to
a
a 1. Put
Well,
it
you can.
here.
It's said on the card 0, 1, or 2, so you
Right.
can use the effect to check off the box at 0. So
Yeah.
that's what I did. 3, 0.
So I could take it at 3 or I could take it at 1, but 1 seems less likely to come up.
Oh, yeah. So far, so.
So let's do
But
a
I put
1.
2s at the beginning of both of them.
Let's put a 1 here and check off
yeah.
yield box.
So all I need is a fence. Give me a fence. And then I've got that baby right there.
Good for you. There you go.
Mm-hmm.
A 12 fence. So I need to put a 12 fence down.
Yes.
So I'll put a 12 and fence off
I got this one.
this one.
then
And I got this one.
I'm gonna do.
So I got 10 points on neighborhood 1.
I'm gonna do that 8
2, 6 neighborhood.
right here.
Oh, wait a minute. No, I don't. I got to put that fence.
I'm gonna put
1,
that
2, 3,
8
4, 5,
right
6
here.
right here to make a 6.
And use that at 0 to check off this box. Because why not?
1, 2, 5, 6. 1, 2, 5, 6. So now these neighborhoods are not movable.
I'm confused here. This scores how? 1, 4, 7.
The
Whoever
person
has
with
the
the
most.
most gets
The
7.
most. Yeah.
Okay, so those 2 estates are done.
My whole top row's done. I didn't get my last tree.
And I've got 2 1s.
I had that at 12 tree would be perfect.
You guys ready to flip?
Yeah.
A 4 pool.
10
Just what
was
I
a
needed.
14. A 14 fence.
4 pool, not doing any good. A 10. 10.
I'll take that 14 fence.
Take that 10, put it right there.
Put it right here. I got a ritzy neighborhood, man. That's some seriously large plots of land here. These estates are crazy. And that was a fence.
Okay. Ready?
Done? Comes another pool.
Yes. The 1 pool.
A 1 pool. Oh,
Needed
gee.
that.
Look at where that
I
goes.
put that 4 pool there.
Look where that
One
goes.
pool. Yeah, I can't use that, but
That's just like a no-brainer there.
that was nice.
It's in the- Yeah.
No pool.
But I will take that 5. Yeah, I'll take that 5 and move up this box again. So this is maxed out.
What is? Yes.
Yeah. So now if you choose that again, you just want to work on your other
Yeah,
columns.
obviously. Yeah. The 4 one. Ready?
Yep.
An 8.
Fence
8 plus or
9.
minus. Okay.
So we're
Does that
gonna
finish a
take
neighborhood? No, it doesn't.
the plus or
7, 8,
minus,
and 9.
drop it to a 7. And in fact, check off another one of these boxes.
So I need a fence, don't I? Do I need a fence? Oh no, those are fenced. Well, So I need to use the 8 in a random guess. Let's try. That there.
Fence. Let me see. Let's do.
Thank you. What happens when we run out of cards? Reshuffle?
Yes.
Yeah, reshuffle and put back in 3 piles. And continue.
Roger Wilco.
Okay.
An 11 pool.
A 4 pool.
A 4 and an 11 pool. Wow.
11 pool.
I'll take the 11 pool.
Or an 8 fence. Well, let's do the 11 pool.
11 pool is where I went too.
I'm gonna take the 11 without a pool.
Why'd you take a pool?
Because it doesn't fit in any of my. Oh, I didn't see that one. Thank you.
It's like you literally have.
Yeah.
I appreciate it.
You're a nice person, Chase.
Sometimes.
Okay, so next, some purple and some biz. 13
11,
does
13,
work.
or 12.
12 does. And I get to check that box. Okay.
12
Oh,
or
actually, no,
11.
6. Yeah,
I'll
6.
put 11 here.
And I don't have to take the biz, right? I can just take the 13.
Yeah, that's optional.
Yeah.
So that's good because I don't want to lose points. So 13, here it goes. I just need a high number. Lofty goals.
Okay.
That was a high number.
4.
Oh, look at the plus minus with the 2.
Oh.
Anybody needs a low number.
Yeah, I need a 3.
Yeah.
So we're gonna make it.
Wow.
We're gonna make it a
3
4.
or
Actually,
5.
We're gonna
I
make
think
it
I'm
a
going to
4.
take a 4 tree.
4. Or I could take that 4 tree, right?
Just need a 2-3 pool now. Come on.
I need a 5 and an 8 pool.
I think I'm gonna take that tree. Screw it. This 3.
Oh, actually, no. The 4 tree would actually be way better.
Biz 13. Oh, 13 is great.
There we go.
I'll take that.
Tree.
13 tree.
A 9.
Okay. That was a perfect
We'll
13
put that
tree, I have
9
to say.
here and increase one of my boxes. So my next best bet would be completed a 4, so we'll put it into 4.
Last ones. Reshuffle.
Well, before we shuffle. Well, you can't really
We can
Yeah.
leave.
have to.
We can leave these cards on the bottom.
Yeah.
That's what happens.
And then shuffle. Well, you should shuffle the whole deck and
And yeah, that's probably
Fill
good.
out.
That's what it-
Yeah,
26 in each pile.
27, I thought.
Well, the ones on there would be the 27th one, so.
Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah, I screwed myself up here.
So I need for neighborhoods, okay. And got it. Okay, so I've done
Somebody give me some high numbers. High numbers.
Super low numbers, got it.
I'm gonna punch you in the throat. Actually, super low numbers wouldn't be horrible. I just need, I think at this point, a fence. To complete
Yeah, I'm
another
gonna have to make a
objective.
fencing decision somewhere along the line here. But not yet.
Actually, I need a couple of fences to start.
4 woods. Not usable.
Usable.
7 biz is obviously usable somewhere.
9.
9, okay, I think 9 purple will have to do.
So I'll take the 4 woods.
7.
'Cause that fits right in the
is what I'm
spot.
gonna have to
Okay.
take.
Boy, it's gonna be
Yeah.
getting
Yeah.
close here.
Mm-hmm.
A fence. 8 fence. Can I put an 8 anywhere? I cannot put an 8 anywhere, so I can't use that.
I cannot put the 8.
I cannot put a 12 down.
I cannot put a 12 down.
And I cannot put a 10 down.
Looks like I'm issuing a non-building permit.
I think I am too. 10, 12, and 8. Let me double check. 12 can't go there.
6, 7.
So need higher numbers.
Well, I need high and mid-low. So that's a, yep, building permit. Zip.
2 or 3 of the pools all I want.
Need an 8 and a 5, 6,
There's
or
a
7.
biz, so we won't
Hey,
have
a 5 fence. That I can use.
Oh, 5 fence.
5 fence I can use. 5 and a fence.
Where do I put the fence?
You don't have to put a fence down.
I have to, because I need to make an estate and I need 2 fences.
Okay,
And I need to make
have
an estate too.
6
My
and
gamble
6,
is-
So I'm going to take 6.
I know exactly
Where
where
fence is going up, Mike.
Where it goes.
Yeah, but what the numbers will be is tricky.
Yep.
I'd rather. So, do I gamble there or do I gamble there? Wow.
What'd you make?
6 and 6.
Yeah, I know. Where I put this fence will determine whether I make my 5-4-1 or 5-4 or make them both at the same time.
Okay.
Yeah, that's interesting.
So I think I have to put it here.
3, 6, or a 7.
Because I need 2 5s, don't I? Yeah, so it has to go
2, 3,
here.
2 or 3, and then a 6 and a 7.
Okay.
Oh, wait a minute. No, not here.
Okay, 'cause I-
better likely for being.
I've got the 4 and the 1. I need a 5. So I need 6, 7, and 13.
So, can 2 estates share a wall? Is that how that works?
What do you mean?
Yes.
Share a wall.
Yes, they share a wall.
6 and 5. This is an estate of 5.
Yeah?
Yes, they
Alright,
can
so I
share.
don't want it
Well,
there.
of course, you have to do it that way.
Yeah.
You have to put 2 in each one, effectively. Yeah, I've got a 1, a 6, and a 4 on my bottom row, except the 4 is not done yet.
I got the 1, 4, 5 in the very top row.
You got them all up there? Yeah. Well, I've got the 6 and the 4 up.
So if I put this
Completed
one
up top.
here, right? I need so technically I can claim this one as a 6 over here, this one as a 6, and complete that objective. And
Except
then I still
yours-
have
Yeah, once you fill the houses in.
I would lose the ability to do this one. So that's the question. I want the 2 6s right now. Yeah, okay. Back to the original plan. Son of a biscuit. 1, 2, 3, 4. Alright. I'm kind of trying to optimize where you're gonna use your stuff. Okay.
Ready?
Yep.
A fence.
Fence with 14.
14 fence. Oh,
Fence with
14. You lovely.
Oh yeah.
You lovely. Oh, boy, I can put it
14
to
is where I needed it. Okay. Cool.
14 and complete the fence. That's a 4-5-1.
So almost half.
4-5-1 is worth 7. That's this one. This one. And either of the 2 1s.
All right.
Okay.
So
Yahoo!
I will do the same thing. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, and the 1 right here.
And all I need to finish my 3rd neighborhood and end the game.
All right. So
If
what
I
was
wanted
that?
to.
That's a
If you
7.
wanted to, yeah.
That's for number 3. 7 points.
Yep. A 6 or 7 ends it for me.
I need a 2 or a 3 with a pool. There's no pools coming.
I'd love to get a 3 pool. I mean, that would be worth some points. So you get a 3 pool, and
Yeah.
I score a 3 pool sitting right in there.
That's the same spot for me. There's no pools coming up.
Not yet.
I mean, I'd even take if that's a 3 forest, I'd even take that as well. A 3 tree.
Yeah, that's the other option.
3 tree would be okay too. Put in that
Tree-
spot and
Tree
X
something.
off the last one.
Yeah.
Ready?
Mm-hmm.
Here we go. It's a 10 tree. It's a 10 thing, and it's a 10. Oh my God!
Looks
we're all
like
getting non-building permits.
Correct.
For everybody.
Does not fit in my plan.
It doesn't fit in mine either.
Fit in anybody's plan.
Wow!
So.
Did you shuffle?
How was it my fault? I didn't do nothing.
Okay, so we all took a non-building permit there. This is not going to be good because now we're.
Cool.
There's one that can be adjusted.
Yeah, but not the way I need it.
Yeah.
Can it be adjusted enough?
Nope.
Okay, that's out.
That's a 9.
That's
8.
4.
Uh-oh, this could be end of game because third building permit going bye-bye.
You talking?
For Mike.
For me. 8 can't go in.
Am I doing
11
this wrong?
plus or minus.
What?
No, okay.
I had 2.
Oh,
No,
yeah.
that's the wrong box.
This is for the
one below it.
advanced game. We don't need to pay attention to these.
So this one down here?
Yes.
Yeah, you should be marking there.
11 plus or minus.
It's my second one.
Will
so.
not work. 12. Wait, 11. No, that doesn't get.
I'm okay if you end the game right now.
You were right. I should have put the 13 there.
I called it.
You did, because that is my third building permit.
So that ends the game. Okay.
Okay, so then we put in.
Tally it all up.
So do we go down this row,
So-
basically?
Yeah, so start with
Well,
your civil your city plans. If
So
you
that's
what do you got for that? You get the lowest numbered box or the number outside, depending on if you checked off all the boxes or
So
not. So
0 here, 2 here, 0, 2.
I had 3 of the orange things.
I had 4.
I had 5.
You had
I
5
can't
as well. So you both get
see it.
7,
It's a
you
6.
get 4, I get 1.
I'm on the tree still. Chill.
Okay.
How many
So
neighborhoods do I have?
And I have 1, 2, 3. I have 5
I had
40.
5 as well, so we
You get
tie.
You both get 7.
Yeah, we both get 7
Mike gets
points.
second, I got third.
Okay, so
Okay.
So I have 2 1s. I have 2 6s. I have a 4, a 5. God, I hit so close. I was so close. 1 4 and 1 5. Plummersville.
Had a great
So
score.
interesting.
I hit.
Had I not put anything in this box, I wouldn't have gotten any points for my sub neighborhoods. So that's kind of cool.
1 times 4 is 4. 1 times 5 is
And
5.
I'm at-
2 times 12 is 20.
What is the second box? Because I
So I get
also
minus
what's 0?
5
Okay.
for that one and 0 for
Minus
that
0,
one.
minus 0. Screw this, it's late in the day. Arithmetic is not gonna work.
Okay.
Calculator.
Oh man, I'm like so close to it. Just a boatload of points. I see how the end game with the building permits just brings it to a screeching halt fast.
Yeah. You don't. You're up.
Yeah. I was fortunate I got as much as I did. But... Well, if he tied, I have two. I have 2 size 1 neighborhoods or estates, so maybe I can break the tie.
I have 1 size 1 estate.
Well, actually, I do have only 1. Wait a minute. 1. Oh, right. I had one built. I had one building that was not filled. Okay, so that's 1 less point actually. Thought I had built that one, but I didn't. Okay.
91.
I think you win.
It's only because I think I finished the parks in one column where no one else did. And I built
Maybe.
mostly my
The
pools.
points. That's a ton of points.
And the pools, like I did.
The pools, yeah, I didn't. I got 9 points, which wasn't like
Well,
the greatest.
I maxed out the 6 neighborhoods, went all the way up the top of the column, so I got 2 times 12 is 24 points just for that.
Well, I got 28 points off of this.
I got 16 points in that column.
Geez, show me. Yeah, 58 total.
I got 68.
89.
91. So close between the two of us. So.
Yeah, you're not even announcing yours.
I did. I said 58. It was the first person to say
Yeah,
anything.
he said.
No, I didn't.
He's last.
He mumbles and speaks fast.
He's last. All right, guys. Thanks for watching. Give us a minute. We'll give you our thoughts on this game.
Right.
Okay. Bye now.
Bye.